The makara is a wondrous animal. It is depicted on Indian temples and can be found mentioned in Sanskrit literature. Through the intercultural exchange that occurred between India and Southeast Asia, this composite animal was also adopted in the Hindu and Buddhist architecture of Java. In Java, the makara's most common features are a monstrous head with an open jaw and an elephant's trunk. In central Java, they often stood guard at temple entrances. This example has the muzzle of a dragon, the trunk of an elephant, and the horns of a ram. Seated on the tongue of its wide-open mouth is a lion. Most early Central Javanese makaras show a thick cord of pearl strings that hangs down from a flower rosette down to the lion's head. The lion, too, often holds a cord of pearl strings in his open jaws which hangs down between his front legs. This makara is part of a staircase at Plausan Lor, a twin temple structure in central Java that dates from 825 to 850 of the Common Era. Makara in Sanskrit means sea monster or crocodile. This makara is part of a staircase at Borobudur. Inside the mouth of the makara sits a lion, and under the trunk of the makara is a string of pearls. At Borobudur, we also see makara heads at the ends of the arches that frame the Buddha. As part of a building, makaras are placed at the end of the balustrade, on the right and left sides of the temple entrance, and also on the right and left sides of a temple niche. This makara has the added feature of having a water spout in its mouth. The use of makaras in temple decor dates back to the Ashoka period in India, around the 3rd century before the Common Era. At that point, the depiction was in the form of a crocodile head. Later, in Bharut in central India, at the middle of the 2nd century before the Common Era, the makara is carved with a scaly tail curled back on itself, and with a small fin behind the leg. As was noted by Professor Vogel, real animals hardly change down the ages, but the imaginary makara changes continuously under the urge of artistic imagination and from the need to create each time something richer and more artistic. These two makaras are from Candi Kidal in East Java. These have a later date than those found in Central Java, and there has been some evolution in how the makaras are depicted, although we still see the string of pearls being incorporated into the sculpture. Makaras are also a characteristic motif in the Khmer architecture found in Cambodia. There, makaras are usually part of the decorative carving on a lintel or wall. Just as in Java, makaras are usually depicted with another symbolic animal, such as a lion emerging from the gaping open mouth. This is a makara on a lintel from Sambor Praekuk temple in Cambodia. Here, the makara ends in a fish's tail, and we see a lion in its gaping mouth.